For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Life Audio.
The Bible Study Podcast, episode 923. Today, the Bible Study Podcast continues the study of the book of Luke with more from chapter 6. Welcome to the Bible Study Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Christensen. We're continuing on with more of the Sermon on the Plain in Luke chapter 6. But first, a word from this sponsor.
For some of us, personal finances aren't just personal. They include loved ones, neighbors, the communities we call home, and the causes we hold in our hearts. At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than just money. We help you put your plans into motion and faith into action so you can do more for the ones in your heart. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
The first part we have here today in Luke chapter 6 starts in verse 27, love for enemies. But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that. And if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, expecting to be repaid in full. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. This section is not popular. Let's just say that. It's popular to say, but it's not popular to do. I can think of one current politician who, in a speech just in this last year, said, Christians have spent a half a century turning the other cheek as Jesus taught them, and it hasn't worked out for them. Well, working out for them is exactly what this passage is not about, right? It isn't so that you will get something. That's exactly the opposite of what Jesus is saying. And it is a lie from the devil. This is a hard saying. Let's just say that up front. It is hard to love those who don't love us back. It is hard to pray for those who mistreat us, to bless those who curse us, to take that slap and not slap back. It is hard, but it is what Jesus asks us to do. Not so that we will get something. In fact, that's the whole, what good does it do to you if you lend to those who expect repayment? This is not a theology that's all about me. The devil has a theology that is all about me. It's the lie from the devil that it's all about me. I'm the center of the universe, and it's all about, can I get what I want? That is why this is so hard. This is so hard because it says I should value others even more than myself, even the people I don't want to, even the people who don't deserve it, in my humble opinion. Well, in my opinion, right? That's what it's saying here. It's giving when someone asks. It's doing to others as you'd have them do to you, not doing to others as they do to you. It's not doing to others before they do it to you. It's treating others with love because that's the way God is. Did you catch that at the end? Be merciful just as your Father is merciful. Lend without expecting anything back, then your reward will be great, and you'll be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. So what this whole thing is saying is, be this way, not because there's something in it for you, but be this way because it's being like God. God does this for us. When we hate Him, He loves us. When we curse Him, He blesses us. When we mistreat others, He is still on our side and wanting the best for us. God is long-suffering and calls us to be the same, and this is hard. Continuing on, it doesn't get any easier, guys. Judging others. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. He also told them this parable. Can the blind lead the blind? Will they not both fall into a pit? The student is not above the teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be like their teacher. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, Brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when you yourself fail to see the plank in your own eye? You hypocrite. First take the plank out of your eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. A couple different things going on here. So the first one is pretty obvious. Don't judge and you won't be judged. That we are not called to sit in judgment on those around us. Not what they wear, not what they do, not what they think, not who they voted for. That we are not called to sit in judgment on those around us. Forgive and you will be forgiven. So this one is a little different. This one is saying that maybe there's something in this for us, this way of acting. It's saying that it starts with us, right? If you want a better world around you, it starts with us. Forgive and you will be forgiven. You take the first step. Give and it will be given to you. You give first. Don't wait until someone gives to you. And then God is really saying here, God will give to us a good measure pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I love that description. Can you imagine if you have your cup before God and God is pouring blessings in that cup and then, pours in a bunch of blessings and says, oh, hang on a second. Let's shake that down a little bit because I could fit more in there. Okay, well, let's shake that a little bit, press it down. I could fit more in there. That's what God wants to do. God wants to bless you. God wants to bless me, but wants us to be a blessing first. God wants to forgive us, but wants us to forgive first. And this is, for the measure you will use, it will be measured to you. This is calling us not to be stingy, especially with stuff. Stuff is just stuff. And not to hold it more important than people who may need that stuff. Then the second thought here is, can the blind lead the blind? Won't they both fall into a pit? Well, yeah. You when you have someone, I don't know if you've ever done one of those trust walks where one of you gets blindfolded and you lead somebody around. What you don't do in those trust walks is blindfold both of you, because that's just a recipe for disaster. Who are you following? Do they know where they're going? And it says here, the student is not above the teacher, but everyone who is fully trained will be like their teacher. Well, I think our teacher here is supposed to be Jesus, because we're in these really hard sections talking about loving and talking about forgiving and talking about not judging. And I think we're talking about the way Jesus behaved. And then I just love this picture here of the guy with a plank in his eye trying to get the speck of sawdust out of his brother's eye. So you understand that this is intended to be ridiculous. This is so humorous, so ridiculous. Just picture, if you will, someone walking around with a plank in their eye. It's a very Marx Brothers slapstick sort of visual idea. And the idea is it's supposed to be ridiculous because he's saying that's how ridiculous you look when you're trying to correct other people when you yourself aren't perfect. And he says, first take the plank out of your own eye. First, deal with where you are falling short before you try and take the speck out of your brother's eye, before you tell your brother, hey, you're all screwed up. Let me get that for you. And this is intended to be a ridiculous picture because that's how we look to God when we act the way we do. We had some hard lessons going on today, and there are going to be people who tell you to just ignore them. But this is the heart of the gospel. So don't. With that, if we'll end this episode of the Bible Study Podcast, if you have any questions, send an email to chris2x@gmail.com, or better yet, leave a comment on this episode at thebiblestudypodcast.com. And thanks so much for listening. I want to take just a second to thank the team at Life Audio for their partnership with us on this podcast. If you go to lifeaudio.com, you'll find dozens of other faith-centered podcasts in their network. They've got shows about prayer, Bible study, parenting, and more.
I'm Billy Yancey, entrepreneur, fitness cowboy, father, retired Navy cornerback, and now podcast host. Listen to my new show, Billy and the Goat, on Life Audio. Happy listening.